Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. As you guys can see up on the screen, today I want to talk a little bit about Digital World Acquisition Corp. This is ticker symbol DWAC or Dwac stock, as most people know it on the internet, on social media, all over the place. And I know we talked about this stock a little bit yesterday because they had some very, very exciting news coming out. Obviously, they had the official launch of the Truth social media app on the Apple App Store. And this was a very, very big day because the Trump Media and Technologies Group that is partnered with the Digital World Acquisition Corp, that they are going to be, de-SPACing through, they had been making a lot of promises. They had been making a lot of claims. They had been talking about, here's our timeline. Here's what the future looks like for us. Here's what we want to do. Here's all these different products and all these different, things that we're going to be doing. And it sounded great and it got people excited and people were hyped up. And it seemed like a really intriguing investment opportunity. It seemed like a really interesting potential business. But was it all going to happen? Was it all going to happen on schedule? Was it all going to be good? That's where people got a little bit skeptical, but so far so good. One of the things they promised was this Truth social media app, to compete with things like Twitter, things like Facebook, and it's obviously real now. It's obviously out there. It's obviously being used. So this was a very, very big step. But yesterday, obviously, the stock market was closed. It was President's Day. We didn't necessarily know how the market was going to react. I know a lot of people assumed it was going to be up, and the market was going to love this news. The fact that it was launched, it was downloaded a ton, it was getting used, people were getting a ton of followers. The app was the thing. It was real. It was out there now. But there was also two other schools of thought. Was this a buy the rumor, sell the news type thing? Was all the hype baked in? Was it priced in? Was it this thing going to drop now that, hey, there's not really any more catalysts, or not any more catalysts, but one major catalyst is out of the way. And then also, the broader markets obviously haven't been doing so hot recently. So if the stock market did go down today, how was Dwac stock going to react? But the markets did just that. You can see that Dow Jones down 1.42%. Pretty significant downward day. Not insane. Not a 2 to 3% down day, but it's a solid little down day. S&P was down. NASDAQ was down. Russell 2000 was down. All the major indices were down. And not only did Dwac outperform them by, going down less or staying even or going up a little bit, this thing went up massively. Went up 10%. And this is very, very crazy. For a couple reasons. Obviously, a 10% day is already pretty good. That's already pretty impressive. That's already, some people hope for 10% gains in a year. The fact that this thing's going up 10% in one day, that's great, depending on when you got in. Who knows? But what's crazier is this thing is up 10% after, this thing was already up like 70, I think it was like 68% or something on the year. And now they're up almost 80% on the year. And this is really, really crazy because most stocks are down year to date. 2022 has been a rough year for the stock market. January was historically bad. February has not been much better. And again, not only is Dwac outperforming the broader market and many individual stocks by just not being massively down, by being even, by being a little bit up, they are massively up. And really in 2022, Dwac has been one of the best performing stocks on the stock market, as crazy as that is to say. Again, we are not even 2 months into the year, and this thing is up 80%, partly because they've been able to drum up so much excitement, so much hype. They have launched really intriguing roadmaps promising a wide array and variety and suite of products and businesses that could potentially make a ton of money if everything goes right. Obviously, that comes with a ton of risk and a ton of execution necessary. But they've also launched a platform, launched a product, and this has people very, very excited. Obviously, this stuff is mostly centered around Donald Trump. Obviously, this is the Trump Media and Technology Group that is partnering up with Dwac. And he's, like the articles we're about to go over say, he's been banned off most popular social media platforms like Twitter, like Facebook, like YouTube. So this does leave a lot of opportunity for him to go other places and create some of these other social medias, to create some of these other businesses, even if it is largely off the backs of already successful models, which I think is very, very interesting. So first article we have is that the Trump SPAC partner Dwac stock rallies despite social media launch glitches. Dwac rose Tuesday after former President Trump's new social media app Truth Social launched over the weekend, albeit with a widespread report of glitches. They climbed as high as $99, the best level since October. Trump's new social media venture launched late Sunday. I think it was like Monday at midnight. It's currently the top free app in the U.S. available on the iPhone, above HBO Max, above Wordle, above all this other stuff that's insanely popular right now. The limited launch followed an earlier test launch. Truth Social Media is not yet available on Android or the web. So that's the other very, very interesting thing is not only was the Apple App Store launch a major catalyst and something that spiked this thing up very, very big. Yes, there's been glitches. Yes, it wasn't perfect. But the fact that they didn't have a product and now they do is very, very exciting and, again, intriguing for a lot of people. And they see, the potential in everything. But also, there is still more catalysts, even just for Truth Social Media. When is this thing going to come to, the Android store, the Google Play Store, or whatever? Going to open you up to a whole nother wide array of audiences, and then when is this thing going to come to the web? Those are definitely future catalysts that can really see the numbers of this thing continue to shoot up. Now, on the other side of things, obviously, I don't love the fact that it just is essentially Twitter. I mean, if you look at it, it is Twitter. Twitter has been a historically not well-performing stock. I believe Twitter to this day is like below its IPO price after being on the market for like 5 to 10 years or something like that. It has proven to be a hard social media to make money off of, even though it is insanely popular globally. It hasn't really been the best performing company. So I don't know if basing a new company off of a business model that has already proved to be extremely difficult to, run successfully is necessarily the most exciting thing to me as an investor. Now, again, this is potentially just the start of TMTG and all the things they're going to do in the future. I know they have all these promises, all these crazy plans and stuff. But hey, this was a pretty interesting start to at least show to people that they can, set up a plan, execute on it, and actually launch a product and launch a platform and launch a business. But this article does talk a little bit about how Trump Media and Technology Group has tried to position itself as a force of resistance against big tech companies opposed to conservative voices. And again, obviously, whether you love, hate Trump, whatever, his followers, his fan base, there's definitely a lot of those people. And not looking at this from a political perspective, but looking at this as strictly a business perspective and trying to make money, there is a large demographic for something like this. Obviously, Trump is one of the most famous, infamous, whatever people in the world. And he's not the only one who, has been censored, has been silenced, whatever. There's definitely other people that could potentially want to come to these other platforms like Rumble, like Truth, like other offerings for the TMTG in the future. And they are going to bring thousands, if not tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of fans over to these platforms as well. And I could totally see how these things could potentially grow to be million user experiences. I know they said yesterday, I think Truth Social Media is expecting like 75 million total users or something. Who knows how accurate that number is. But these companies have big plans. And again, this was a big day for Dwac actually launching this app, getting it out there. And yes, it wasn't perfect. There is glitches. There's probably going to continue to be glitches and outages and all this stuff. But obviously, it's a new product. It's a new app. There's going to be things to work out. But we'll have to see how this goes. And again, I'm curious to see how much money they're able to make off something like this at the end of the day. But that is pretty much it for this video. Definitely drop a like if you guys did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about DWAC. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.